I need to go for another cycle soon. Today I'm gonna go for a run, and I just want to suss out how far behind I am to a record I set in 1997. Look at that, 1997. 23 minutes 30 seconds on a certain route. Now in 1997 I was 27 years old. 27? Yes, 27 years old. So I'm gonna go for a run and just let myself go and see how far behind I am. I think it's 6-7 Ks. I'm not sure. I'm not too worried about the distance, just checking out the time to see how far behind I am my 27-year-old self and how close I can get to it as the weeks go by. Every time I step out my front door, there's some sort of bird making a sound, and I just have to share it with you guys. I could listen forever, but I gotta go do this run. So this is where my run starts from. Heads out that way. And just in front of me there's some donkeys that donkey-drawn carts, as you can see. And I'm so tempted to go talk to the guys to find out how they make their living, but I'm so running out of memory on this phone. I'll have to save it for next time. Yeah, I remember back in the days they used to use the donkey carts for carrying manure and stuff, and those are young boys now. I wonder what they use it for. Right, let's get running. Right, the run all done. 30 minutes 53, over 10 minutes 45 seconds slower than I was when I was 27. So now I'm 45. Check out the sunset. Still hot at sunset. I took off too fast as usual, but that's not the excuse. I'm not as fit as I used to be. I'm not as young as I used to be, but that doesn't mean I can't go for it. I will improve before I leave. I think I've got 2 weeks of my holiday left. That's if I don't go back into eating a lot of cooked food high in fat. That's what happened on my trip to Masvingo. I had vegan meals, but they were high in fat. So I set off on my run a little bit too fast, and after 7 to 8 minutes my chest started to burn, and that was it, game over. I didn't stop, I carried on plodding along, started to get a side stitch that dropped my speed a bit more. That was it. Little story I want to share with you guys. See this field here? It's I'd say it's about 400 meters long. So back in the day when I used to train in Zimbabwe, looking at maybe 20 years ago, I used to train on a school field where I grew up that had a grass athletics track on it. And one day the headmaster came up to me shouting F's and B's and all sorts of stuff, saying, get off, you're damaging our pitch, our field. And I said to him, hey, come on, how can one guy damage the whole field? And I grew up here, my parents paid school fees, just to let me train, you know. And then he refused, so I wrote him a scolding letter telling him that people like him are one of the reasons why people that have the desire and the drive and the goal that want to succeed in life get shut down and cut down by small-minded people like him. So anyway, the story about this field is, a couple of weeks later I found a council worker on a tractor mowing the sides of this field so that motorists won't bump into people and animals and stuff. So I gave him a tenner, 10 Zimbabwean dollars back then, and I asked him, I said to him, hey Mdara, Mdara means old man, I said, hey Mdara, when you finish doing that job, please, could you go straight down the middle and cut through the grass for me? And he did it. And the next day I turned up with the gardener, picked up all the stones. And the grass, those days, at the end of summer here, grass grows to about this high, my friends. Even longer. And I'm 166 meters. And he cut it for me, picked up the stones, kept it nice, and we raked it with the gardener. And what do you know? I had a 400 meter long track on dirt all to myself. At the time I thought I was being a little bit loony, but I thoroughly enjoyed myself. People thought I was being loony, but then when I seen what the Kenyans train on and the medals that they bring home, do what it takes to get the job done, people. Now I was 10.5 minutes off, and I'm more than 18 years older than what I was when I set this record. But I am going to come back and keep trying to bring it down. I should at least get it under 30 minutes. Right, time to hit the shower and go see what my sister's got cooking. Check out this little guy. He cute. Barefoot and no shoes all day. Fun, fun, fun. Yeah, in Zimbabwe, anybody can sell chickens. That's about $4, 4 pounds for a chicken. In the UK, you gotta go to the supermarkets. Yes, dindin, ugali, sadza, beans and cauliflower. A little bit of curry flavor, and this looks like spinach to you guys, but it's actually something that grows naturally. You can't plant a seed or try to grow it. It only comes when the rain, it only grows when the rain comes around. This is something we call lude, L-U-D-E. I don't know if there's an English name for it, because it's mainly the local people that know about it and eat it. It's a traditional food here in Zimbabwe, and I'm looking forward to smash that in. Maybe somebody will learn how to grow their seeds, but they're like mushrooms. You gotta learn how to grow that fungus. These mangoes were picked fresh off the tree. Organic, ripe, tree ripened, sun ripened mangoes. No Monsanto tentacles on these mangoes. So sweet. And I'm gonna eat the skin and all, because I love the skin. And haven't given them a wash, because why wash them? No pesticides, no sprays on them. And here on the side I've got a matamba. Now if you've been watching my video earlier on when I was in Zimuto Township, I mentioned to you guys that I'd show you what a ripe matamba looks like. So this is how hard it is. Now normally if I found this tree and this fruit out in the bush, I'd use a rock to open it. And baboons love this fruit. They'll even pull some off the tree just before they ripen and hide them, dig holes and hide them away, and come back when they're ripe. Baboons would use their teeth on this, but I'm going to use a kitchen mallet and show you what it looks like on the inside. Alright, so I smashed it open with a kitchen mallet. I think it's almost as thick as an ostrich egg in there, and that's the fruit. Looks like the human brain. Let me get it out of there and show you guys. Here it is. Those are actually seeds, and that's the fruit flesh on the outside. That's the casings. You can later on use these to drink water if you're out in the bush, like the calabash that the bushmen in the Kalahari still use for carrying their water. Alright, let's have a taste. So the first, it's sweet and sour. That's the first sensation you get at the same time. Sour and sweet, sweet and sour. And then you gotta like suck the flesh off the seed. It's hard to say what it tastes like. Maybe a little bit of orange, seeing as it's called an African orange. The matamba tree, African orange. So I'd say sweet, sour, a little bit of orange, mango. It's hard to say what it tastes like. You gotta come taste it here yourself. Love the sounds of birds in the afternoon. Right, so I'm going to punish this bowl of mangoes and go for my next run. I've been a little bit naughty with this bird here. I've been recording him and then playing it back to him, and he's going crazy because he's very territorial. And every time I play it back to him, he starts singing louder and louder to outdo the invisible male. There he is. Rhinos? Elephants?
Rhinos we don't have anymore. Rhinos were poached here.
Here?
Yeah.
Somebody came here and poached your rhinos?
They came and poached the rhinos on the property.
Come on, my brother.